Hey everybody, Mark from Northeast Bastion. How you guys doing? Well, I am back from Lake Champlain. My hands, not that you can see it, but they are destroyed. A great week of fishing. I'm going to do another video on just like a recap of the whole week. The fishing was incredible. Weather was decent. I would say we've been up there for worse. So we had 2 days, one day especially when the weather was really awful. But we still got out for like 6 hours before we couldn't take it anymore. And another day where it was just kind of cold and rainy all day. But the rest of the days were very, reasonable for spring fishing. But the fishing was great. We had a couple of days, we caught over 100 fish. And if you guys have watched my shorts, you've seen some of the big fish we caught. If you haven't watched any of them yet, check them out. You'll see some of the big fish. I didn't do a lot of recording on the boat with the wind and the weather. One day I was going to record all day, and I forgot all the SD cards back at the house, so I didn't record that day. But I do have some video footage I have to edit together of our last day, which was probably the slowest day, but we probably still caught, I don't know, 20 or 30 smallies. Nothing huge, but it was still good. The fishing was great. But I did get an order while I was away of some of the new releases from Core Tackle. And you guys know I'm a big fan of Core Tackle, the tush, the hover rig. And they do have, now, I don't know how new these are, but I know they're up on the site. And I saw a Matt Steffen video and he was talking about them, so I had to try them because you guys know I love to jig fish. And I want to talk about, in this video, is their new, the Core Tackle swim jig, which I just got. Some of their finesse tush heads, which I haven't spoken about, I didn't have. I don't know how new they are. They may have been out for a while and I just didn't know, but these are for the smaller swim baits. I'll show you them. And also the new Wacky Shot, which is a new terminal tackle they came out with. So I'm gonna start, I think I'll start just with the tush heads. And you guys have seen my videos on the tush. This is the finesse tush. So it's for your smaller, what I would say 3.3, 3.8, let's say Kitex or whatever swim bait you like to use. And this is a, let's see the different sizes I got. This is a 2/0 1/8 in the finesse tush. This is a 2/0 with a 3/16. And this is the 2/0 with a 1/4. So it's a 2/0 hook, so it's going to be a smaller hook for a smaller swim bait, but you just have your different sizes. So this would obviously be your 1/4 ounce, so that's your heaviest one. You've got a 3/16, you want a little lighter. And if you want to go really light for your 1/8 ounce, you got your 1/8. So let me see here. How do I want to, I pulled some baits out for the different demonstrations I want to do for you. But let's say you've never heard of Core Tackle before. You've never heard of the tush, the ultimate swim bait head. Tush, get it? And these are just, this is my box of just, I think these are all 3.8 inch Kitex. Now, usually I leave them in the clamshell. If you leave them in a box like this, they're okay, as long as you don't, you don't put the box in your boat if you're a boater like that. You don't want the tails. If you leave it flat, you're okay. I haven't had any problem with it. But let's see, what do I got here? This is the alewife color. Oh, that's a pretty cool one. I'll pull that one out. So if I'm going to throw this 3/8 ounce, or 3/8 ounce, 3.8 inch Kitex. I could probably do this with the 3.32. I just happen to have the 3/8 ounce. I can use these small finesse tush heads to really enhance the action of this bait. So I'm going to try, I'll use the smallest one. I'll rig one up for you guys just to show you how it works. So here's how, I'll just show you the packaging one more time. And for you guys, if you're new to them, it has a little bit of instructions there. Check out my other videos on Core Tackle on the tush head. Check out Matt Steffen's. Check out Johnny Schultz's Fish the Moment videos, the creators of the tush head. All good stuff. So here's the smallest finesse one that, as far as I know right now, they have. That 1/8 ounce. So you got a 1/8 ounce and you got a 2/0 hook. So it's going to be a small setup. So these smaller swim baits, I think they probably came out with this probably because the tush heads they had maybe were a little too big. It could maybe tear this, so they've come out with some smaller ones. And when you're going to rig these up, it's almost like you're rigging just regular, like a regular worm or anything. I want this to eventually be, I'll show this to you guys. That lead is going to be right inside. The weight of it's going to be inside it. So you're not going to have any weight showing. You're not going to have like one of those swim bait heads with the eyes on there that I guess look real, maybe to a fish. This totally hides the weight of the bait, of the hook. So what you're going to do is you just want to go through, and you always make sure you want to do these riggings. You always want to make that swim bait very straight. So I'm going to kind of go where I think this will come out. And I must have used this one before because it has a hole in it. And you just pull it up over the bait. I must have used this one before because that went awful easy. But there you go. I've got my 2/0 hook. I got an 1/8 ounce, so I'll get some weight. Now I will throw this on a spinning setup. Most of the time when I'm throwing these small Kitex, I throw them on spinning anyway. Rarely do I use casting for my Kitex, unless I'm throwing it maybe on an underspin. That's a little crooked actually, but not too bad. But you guys get the idea. So I would actually, I think this has an old hole, canal on it there from where I probably used this before. But actually, I could get away with that. I would like it to be a little straighter. But you guys get the idea. So it's just a great way to throw your soft plastic swim baits, whether it's a Kitech, whether it's a Strike King, whoever's you like to use, the Zoom. I mean, everybody makes one. But it's a great way to do it. And there's nothing showing except really where you tie your line tie and your hook. That's it. There's nothing else for the bass to see to make it look more unrealistic than it does or can. But that's it. So it's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to trying these out. And you can just pop it right back out. I have definitely been using this one. It's definitely been used before. Put that back in there. So the next time I'm out, I will definitely be trying these out. So where did I do with that tush head? Here it is. So I'll let you guys take a look at it again. The Finesse tush head, the ultimate swim bait head. This part here, the weight part, is going to be inside the soft plastic of your swim bait. Your line tie and your hook is going to be what's going to be out there. So pretty cool. So if you like to throw smaller swim baits, I recommend you give these a try. Let's see how you like them. I will definitely be on the boat when I go fishing. I believe Tuesday is my next planned day to go, because I got back, today is Sunday. I got back from Champlain Saturday around noontime, and I was exhausted. 7 straight days of fishing. Some days were 12, 13-hour days. Wind, rain, cold. But in all honesty, the weather was not too bad. It was not too bad. We've definitely been worse. But as I said, my hands are shot. My feet hurt. My knees hurt. It was a lot easier when I was younger. but it's fun. It's still fun. All right, let me show you the other new release from Core Tackle, and this is what they call their Wacky Shot. And I've seen a few videos from the guys at Core Tackle on YouTube regarding this rigging technique, and I haven't used them yet. I'll be trying them out the next time I go out. They have a little picture there on how to rig your soft plastic stick bait, and I happen to pull out a few Senkos here to show you how this works. But here's what it looks like up close. Now this is the 1/0 hook, and it's at 1/28, so very light. This is a very light setup, this one. You're only going to get a little bit of weight added to your stick bait, which will give it that nice action that you get. Like this happens to be, I don't throw Senkos very much, but when I do, this is the color I like to throw. This is that watermelon. I don't even remember exactly what the color is called, because the sticker with the note, it's like watermelon, orange, and I guess it's orange and gold, black gold flake, something like that. Watermelon, orange. But you guys, if you've thrown Yamamoto baits, you know this color. It's one of my favorites, if not my favorite. Usually this is the first one I'll go to. But just take your, and this I think is a 5-inch Senko. Yeah. Take your 5-inch Senko, and you can see it's got that little corkscrew right there. Get over by the camera better. and the hook, and here's your line tie. So this is really like a finesse hook you'd use maybe for drop shotting or whatever. Just screw and then the weight. So you're just gonna take that egg sac of whatever it is you're using, and I would just hold it flat there. This is the first time I'm doing this. And just screw it into the bait. Till you get to where you're like that, because you want to, so now you don't have to put any O-rings around the bait. I mean, usually when I wacky rig, I just put the hook. I'll sacrifice baits for fish. But if you want to, you know, try to save your soft plastic baits, there you go. And then you're just going to tie this to your line, and you can see how that's going to give you that wacky action. How bad is it going to tear up the bait? It shouldn't really, because the hook isn't going through it. I'm sure if you catch a bunch of fish, especially with a Senko, it's going to tear up, because they always do. But it's an interesting idea. You're not going to lose the bait. Maybe you're not going to lose the hook. You're not going to lose the wacky shot, because you know, maybe they'll rip the bait off, and if they jump, it'll fall, you know, go flying. But you're not going to lose this part. So this is a cool idea. I haven't tried these yet, just got them. But I will definitely try them the next time out. So that's just on the regular stick bait. And whatever kinds you like to use. A lot of times I've been using the Max Scent General a lot the last few years. Done well with that. I was thinking I took them out. Let me see. I don't know. I want to see if that screw is too like big for, let's say, a trick worm. Because I love throwing a trick worm. And usually I'll throw it on like that slider head. You guys have seen my other videos. I talk about that. I want to see if there's enough plastic here, like around this egg sac, that I can use it. Now I probably wouldn't use, because it looks like the screw on the bigger size might be bigger. I don't know. They may use the same. Maybe it's the same. But I'm going to see. This is a kind of a stronger plastic, so it might be able to handle it. Let's see. This is just a Zoom trick worm. I don't know if it's going to work. It might not. I might have to stick with a fatter stick bait. But I think, just doing it a few times, I think it might work. Problem is, it's a little thin. But if I get it like that, I think I can use it. I can get away with it. I don't think it really matters. I can even bury that. Let me see if I do that. I can bury it. Yeah, there you go. You can bury it back in the plastic. I might be able to use it on a trick worm. Now I usually use a trick worm, or like a Sweebo worm, more if I'm gonna do a flick shake. But this is kind of flick shake like. This I think will work. I think it's doable with the with the Zoom trick worm. I think there's maybe the Magnum one is a little thicker, might be better. But another option for you. Whatever kind of worm you like, whatever it is, give it a try. That egg sac part of the soft plastic should work well. So that is the, what did I do with it? Oh, there it goes. There is 3. Oh, there it is. I was going to say I only saw 2. So they do come 3 to a pack. And that's that, as I said, that's that 1/8 size. Let's keep these right in here. So that's that 1/8 size. If you want to go a little bigger, this is, as I said, 1/8, so it's really not that big. This is a finesse technique. Oh, my thumbs are just destroyed from fishing up at Champlain. So if you want the 1/8 size, here's what it looks like up close. You got the same screw, you've got your weight there, and you've got your finesse hook. It's an interesting idea. Interesting idea, different way to rig your stick worms for wacky worm fishing. So that is the Wacky Shot from Core Tackle. Check it out. I will put links to the Core Tackle website and all their products there. And last but not least, as soon as I saw Matt Steffen do a video on these the other day, I said, I got to try these out. You guys know I love to throw a jig. So I said, I've got to try the Core Tackle swim jig. Now, I don't really throw a swim jig that much. Usually I swim my jigs, but I'm just throwing regular pitching and flipping jigs. I just tend to swim them a lot because I like to use pork. That pork has a good action. I won't be able to use pork with these, but that's okay. So the size I got, they have a 2/0 1/4 ounce, a 4/0 1/4 ounce, and a 4/0 3/8. I got the 4/0 3/8. I started with the heaviest size that they have so far. And there's 5 colors. This one is called Bruiser, 4/0 3/8 ounce. So they're all 4/0 3/8 ounce, and this is Bruiser, which is going to look like your. I haven't even taken these out of the pack, so I'll open them together. You guys can get a good look at them. Whoops. But this looks like your traditional black blue, and I'll show you how they created their jig. So let's see. This actually almost reminds me of the old slider jigs. So what do we got here? All right, we've got, there's your jig head, and since it's core tackle, there is like their tush swim bait. That is how you're going to rig your bait, just like you're doing it on the tush, but it's on a swim jig. They have the wire hook. This is a black blue skirt, and it looks like there's some blue tinsel in there. If you guys can see it, I hope you can get a good look at that tinsel in there. It's like a light blue. It's a light blue, black, and looks like a darker blue tinsel in there. Nice wire hook. And I know on Matt Steffen's video, he was using some different swim jigs and swim baits as trailers. Really, you can use anything you want, as long as you can get it over that 3/8 ounce, I should say, tush type head weight on there. So I pulled out a few that I think have potential. As I said, I haven't thrown these yet. I'm going to play around with different trailers and see what I like. Sometimes I'll use like crawfish type trailers. Sometimes I'll use swim bait type trailers. I did pull out a few. I know on Matt's video he was using the skinny dipper, which is a bait I haven't thrown in a while, so I can bring that back. I was trying to find swim baits that have more of a stronger plastic, because I know a Kitech would probably work, but a Kitech, they're great baits. They catch a lot of fish, but they're not durable. So I don't want a bait on there that's going to get torn up easy. I pulled out these the Power Team 4.8 swimming hammers. That's a stronger plastic. I think that might play pretty well. I'm going to try the 4-inch Rage Menace, not the baby one, the regular size. See if it works. See if that plastic can handle that. I pulled out a couple of the Gambler Easy Swimmers. I'm going to see how they work. Check them out. Actually, I pulled this out. I might try these Pocket Rockets on that wacky shot. I just happened to pull those out, but I forgot I put them out. Just looking at my shelf over there, I was thinking that the Mega Strike Mega Bug might be a good option here, because it has those flappers that'll look pretty cool in the water. So I might try rigging one of them up. I think I don't know if I want the junior size of the Z-Craw. I think the Z-Craw from Zoom will probably work pretty well too. So this is the watermelon candy. That's a nice color there. So I'm going to try to rig a few up here and see how they rig up, and you guys can watch and see how they are. But I think it's a cool idea. If you like throwing a swim jig, you like throwing a swim bait, you like throwing a craw. Now, this is a black blue, and here is the Big Easy black. Now, is the Big Easy going to be too big for this and overpower it? Don't know. I might want something more in that 4 to 4.5 inch range. Let's just get a look at it. I don't know. I don't think that's really going to overwhelm it too much. Now, I have not rigged one of these up yet, so I hope I don't screw it up on camera. What I do, whenever I have these wire weed guards, I always bend them out of the way, just to get them out of the way. And then I rig my bait. Now, this is going to be, you're going to rig the plastic right through the swim bait. Now, I think there's enough meat on that swim bait that it can handle this. So let's try it, see how it works. And you want to rig these straight. So bear with me. I hope you guys get a good view of this. I'm going to go right down the middle of the bait with the hook. So as I said, this is the first time I did this, so I hope I don't screw it up. And I get it as far as I can on the plastic, and then I'm going to pop my hook through, and then I'm going to cinch it down on that core tackle head. Actually, I didn't do too bad a job there. Could have maybe come out a little sooner. But that's that Gambler Easy Swimmer. Now this is a 3/8 ounce bait. With this heavy soft plastic swim bait on there, just feeling the bulk on it, it's got, you could probably chuck this thing a mile. And then I'm going to bend that keeper back into place, make sure it's straight. And that, guys, I mean, I could probably, straighten that out just a little. Oh man, I got it upside down. Look, well, screwed it up. Let's try that again. I don't want my flopping tail up like that. I want it facing down. Can't believe I did that. Well, that's what happens when you do these live. But that'll be an easy fix. I'll just pull it out and turn it around, and it might be, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it. And the only thing is the tinsel tends to stick to your soft plastic. So I don't want to tear any of that out. So I'm trying to move it all out of the way. So if you screw up, this is a good lesson for you guys. If you screw up rigging a bait, don't panic. We'll only take a second. We already got the hole. We just got to turn the bait around. So I've got got the playoff hockey on. I'm going to try not to watch. So now I've already got my hole here. So that part's fine. All I'll have to do is turn this around. Let's do it that way. I think it'll be better. Okay. Make sure that hook comes out, make sure it comes out right in the middle of the bait. Cinch it down. And there we go. That's an easy fix. So if you do put it on upside down, sometimes your eyes play tricks on you, and you think you have it up straight, and you don't. I don't think that's a bad option, that Easy Swimmer. I mean, if you think it's too long, you could maybe snip a little of that head off, but I don't think that's a bad option. If you want a nice big swim jig, I don't see that being a bad option right there. Just flare out all your skirt pieces and your tinsel. I don't think that's a bad idea. I'm almost going to leave that on there and just throw it that way next time. Not bad. I could live with that. So that's the Easy Swimmer. Seems okay. Let's see the other colors we got here. All right, as I said, these are all 4/0 3/8 ounce. This is a Shadowlick color. I'm saying that right, Shadowlick. So if you want more of a bait fish looking bait, I'm not going to rig all these up because we'll be here all night. Video's already probably a half hour long. But I like the tinsel. This will probably be really good in dirty water. Want to mimic more bait fish. But it's the same setup. It's just white. Got the core tackle hook and weight on there. The weed guard, you got your tinsel. Looks like a silver type tinsel. Actually, looks like there's some purple in there too. So cool looking skirt. I'll show it to you upside down. You can get a better how it flares out. But there you go. So that's a Shadowlick color if you're interested in that. Oh, this one they call Dirty Bill. The Dirty Bill color. 4/0 3/8 ounce. Could do a video just on these swim jigs. And I'm sure if this is very popular, if it sells well, they'll probably come out with new colors, different sizes, even though 3 sizes are pretty good. 4/0 3/8, and that looks like it's got some. Well, this is like your typical crayfish type style, green pumpkin, maybe some brown. Pretty nice looking jig. This one so far is the one I like the best. I like this color. I'm gonna try it. Green pumpkin pepper. You know what? I'm gonna just try it with a green pumpkin rage down. See if the plastic can handle it. Sometimes with the weight, if it's too thin of a plastic, it can't handle it, it will tear. I'm gonna give it a try. See if it's, I mean, that's a pretty good sized piece of plastic. I think it should work on the Rage Tail. Well, let's see. Don't know because I haven't tried it. Now this one, oh, I didn't think it had tinsel. I guess I put tinsel in all of them. I know Matt is a fan of tinsel, so I think they're probably gonna have tinsel. This looks like it has a black tinsel in it. But let's see if that Rage Bug, I'm not gonna use the baby one. That'll be too thin. So I'm gonna try a thicker bait. I don't want it to tear on me. Let's see, it may not work. It may be too thin for it. I think it's strong enough plastic that it should work. I'm going to try not to watch the hockey game every time I hear something over there. All right, let's make sure this is straight. I'm going to go back just a little. Hope you guys can see that good. I know it's tough to see me when I'm rigging. I'm always afraid I'm going down below so you can't see the camera. No, that's perfect. That's a perfect combo right there. I don't see any issues with that plastic being too thin. I think it's the right size. You're going to get a good flap from those tails. So what color did I say that was? The Dirty Bill. So that's the Dirty Bill Core Tackle 3/8 ounce 4/0 swim jig, and that's with the 4-inch Rage Menace Green Pumpkin. And to me, guys, that is a really great. If you want to be a little more compact but still get that tail flap, I think this is. I'm not even going to take this off. I'm going to leave it right on there because I think that's great. This might be my go-to right here to start. This I'm going to try. I'm just wondering if, I just don't know. This time of year, this might not be. I mean, the summer, this might be better, but that might be a little big. But I don't know. I have to try it. I have to try it. They're not on the swim bait bite by me yet. You know, as things warm up, maybe they'll get on it. But that is a great combo right there. I don't see anything negative about that at all. That works great. So there's an option for you. And you get that coffee stink, which I love. That 4-inch Rage Menace. Try that as a trailer. That's pretty cool. All right, put that over there. And I got 2 left here to show you. This is the Goldilocks color. So if you want another bait fish type, I can see the smallies like in this one. Swim this around. You got your chartreuse and white skirt. You got some gold tinsel in there. And there you go. That's a great color. It's a great color. I don't know if there's anything, you know what, I'll try it with the, I'll show you one with the Z-Craw. Try that as a trailer, which I think should be good too. Now this is the regular Z-Craw size, not the junior. And that's a watermelon candy, which should match this pretty well. I might go maybe with a white, maybe a chartreuse, but whatever. I don't think it will be a bad option. So, you know, bend that hook, that keeper out of the way. Get your tinsel out of the way. You don't want to mess that up. And there's no really matters, I don't think, on the Z-Craw, if it's up or down. And just go through the bait. Now, I was going through the middle of the plastic all the way to where the hook meets the lead, but I think I'm going to go just a little less than that because it seemed like that fits better that way. But I'm not going too far up the bait. Yep, that seems to be the perfect. So go just a little, just a bit before you hit that lead. And I don't know about you guys, but that looks like a fish catcher to me. With those tails flapping around, that looks great. So that Z-Craw really looks good. I think that even, you know what, even the, let's see, do I have a junior here? Yeah, here's the junior. I'm going to try that on this last one just to show you guys, but I think that's pretty good. I'm not taking any of these off. I want to try all these set up the way I have them set up right now and see how they work. But that looks, I mean, these look great. And that's 3 different trailers. The Z-Craw, the full-size one, the Gambler Easy Swimmer, if you want a swim bait head, if you want more of a crayfish head, here's that Rage Menace. Looks awesome. And I think this will match here. It just happens, I just happen to have a good color out, I think, to match this. This is the Guilty Pleasure color, they call this one. So these were the 5 colors they have available. I don't know if there's other ones, maybe they're sold out. But I think this is probably their first release of the different colors, and this is what they're going with. And this looks like, this Guilty Pleasure color has a little bit of everything. Got some green pumpkin in there, some orange. I wouldn't say that's a white, it's more like a purple, because the tinsel is definitely purple. But I don't know what you would call that skirt color, but it certainly looks neat. If this doesn't look like a bluegill swimming around or some kind of a bait fish, I don't know what would. It's they're all really cool looking colors. I think they've got, you know, the essential colors that you definitely need. But I'm going to try this one with the Z-Craw, and this is the junior size, and this is what they call black light. It's got some black and some purple, which should match this one pretty good. So as you can see the difference, what did I do with that Z-Craw? Where'd I put you? Where'd I put you? Here's the junior. What did I do? I laid the jig on it. So, difference in sizes. Here's your regular Z-Craw. There's your small size, your junior size. So I'm going to try with that junior size, make it even more compact than the other one. But just you know, just make sure you get all that tinsel out of the way. I try not to have it get messed up and torn off. It's gonna, you know, you're gonna lose some strands as you go on, but that only means you're catching fish. Now, as I said before, I was going right to where the core lead starts, and then I think it was too far down. I'm gonna go just before, maybe just where you can see that little bit of paint there, and I think you'll probably be in good shape. That seems to make everything fit just perfectly. So keep it straight and go through the center of the bait. And then right as I'm getting almost to where that lead starts, that's when I'm going to pop my hook through the center of the bait. Keep it straight and then cinch it down over there. It goes down very easy. The way they've constructed this core tackle, core, you know, weight lead makes it very easy to get through there, and that is perfect. And that is really, these are awesome. You're telling me that's not going to be a fish catcher with those flapping through the water? I mean, that is an awesome looking bait right there. That is an awesome looking bait. So I mean, as far as the rigging goes, it's very simple, and I've just shown you a few options. You guys have other baits I'm sure you'd love to try in here. Beaver style baits, other swim bait heads, you know, whatever you like to throw on as a swim bait trailer. All these are great options. So that is the Z-Craw Junior, and that's the black light color, matched with, I'm going to try to remember these colors, the Guilty Pleasure, which to me looks pretty awesome. Great setup. There's the one with the, as I said, I'm going to try to remember these colors. I'm going to forget them all. I think it was, no, it's definitely not Goldilocks. Dirty Bill. That's Dirty Bill with the Rage Menace on there. Looks great. This is the Goldilocks with the Z-Craw, the full-size one. And here's that Bruiser, the black blue, with the Easy Swimmer. So if you want a smaller swim bait, I don't know how this will work with this size swim bait, but there's only one way to find out, and that's to try it. I'm sure there's times when they will like this bigger swim bait. But you can just see that going through the water with this skirt flaring out and that tail going. Should be a fish catcher. Should be a fish catcher. All three of them, or all four of them. I did rig 4. And they all look great. Ouch. If you guys can see. So I got four of them all rigged and ready to go. Should I just rig this one and get it over with? Let me see. You know what? I'm going to try. Let's see what we got here. Oh, that's good. here is the Rage Menace, and that's that smoky shad color. I think that smoky shad should match perfectly with this. Now, what was this one called again? Shadowlick? This is that Shadowlick color. So I might as well do them all. No sense of rigging 4 of them for you and not rigging the other one, because I'm really impressed with how easy it is to rig them, the different options, how it sits on the bait. I just can't imagine this isn't going to look great in the water. So this smoky shad color, this 4-inch Rage Menace, should look great on this Shadowlick one. So I might as well rig them all for fishing this week. So as I said, get all your skirt pieces and all your tinsel out of the way. Not that the tinsel is ever very cooperative. Now on these, on a bait like this, I always want my light side down. My light side down. So as I've said a couple times, I think I've kind of figured out the best way to rig these to keep them straight. Go through the center of your bait. Till you get just about, not quite to where that lead starts, that core lead. And keep your bait straight, then put your hook through, then cinch your bait down. You got to go over those like 4 segments or whatever it is. And that seems to keep it perfectly. Comes out great, it's straight. Pop that plastic there. If you guys that throw swim baits, move that keeper down so you can throw this in. Pretty good cover too, because it's only a one little wire keeper, but that's strong enough that it'll deflect. If you guys don't think that's a great swim bait setup right there, that going through the water with that tinsel flaring, that is going to look awesome. A little dirty water. You want to match the bait in your lake or your river, wherever you're fishing. To me, I think that looks great. I think it looks great. I can't wait to try these out. So let's see, 37 minutes later. But I've made you guys wait a long time for a good video. Everything has been shorts and things. But I know shorts of big fish are cool, but I've been waiting to do a full-length video now that I'm back from vacation. But that's it, guys. So the Core Tackle swim jig, I have to tell you, looks great. And rig it however you like. If you guys have used these, and you have a bait you've rigged them with and have success, let me know. If you have one that you want me to try, and maybe I got it back there in the mass of baits, let me know and I'll rig one up for you, even though I hate to take one of these baits off. But I really think that Rage Menace is going to be a great option. I think the Z-Craw is going to be great, no matter what size, the junior or the regular. There's that Rage Menace again. I just think it's going to be fantastic, and I am looking forward to seeing what size, and I'm sure it'll probably be seasonal on the size of the swim bait that they'll prefer. I don't think this time of year that I'm going to get away with this one quite yet. That water's got to warm up a little more, but I'm still going to try it and just to see, and then I'm going to mess around with other swim bait sizes. I'll try some Kitex on here. I'll try some of those Beast Coasts I have back there, some of those other ones, just different sizes, different styles, and just see what I like. But I really think if you like throwing a swim jig, you guys might want to check these out. Core Tackle swim jig, new from Core Tackle. Got those. If you guys like that wacky shot, that looked pretty cool too. If you like throwing wacky rigs, here's another way to rig up your wacky worms. Whatever wacky worm you like to throw, whatever soft stick bait you prefer. And then whenever I get something from Core Tackle, I always have to throw a few either hover rigs or tush heads in. So I figured I'd get some of the finesse ones, which I did not have, for my smaller swim baits. And they're all, as I said, 2/0 hooks. So if you want a swim bait that can handle the 2/0 hook in different weights, the 1/8, the 3/16, and the 1/4 ounce, check out the tush head in the finesse section there. Check those out. So as you guys know, I'm a big fan of Core Tackle and Johnny and Matt Steffen. and all the stuff they've come out with. It's just I've caught you know, I'm not the kind of fisherman or YouTube guy who just promotes bait. I don't even want to say promotes. I talk about, I guess you could say promote on here, the baits that I like to use. And if I find something that works, I love to share it with everybody. Core Tackle has not hired me to make this video. I hope they appreciate it, because I appreciate them. But I just like to share stuff with you guys that I use. I don't come on here and BS you ever and say, oh, I went out with the, you know, the Mega Bass deep diving crankbait and killed them today when I caught them on a wacky worm. That's not me, and you guys know that. So when I see something I think is cool and I think will work, I love to tell you guys about it. And I love to hear when guys tell me I got them and I tried them and I caught some fish. And I think this swim bait, the swim jig, is going to be great. I just think it's, I just like the rigging, different type of rigging that you're going to be able to do here. It's not your traditional way of rigging your baits on your swim jigs, where you might have that screw on there and you're taking the, you know, wrapping the tail around the hook 10 times to get it to cinch down, and then it doesn't even hold in very long. But I think this is a great idea, and I think that the trailers are endless, the trailers you want to use. But that's a few. I didn't even show you all the ones I pulled out here. So as I go through and experiment with more, I'll share them with you guys. If you guys have used them or have tried some, let me know. But that's it. So I hope you guys appreciate that video. I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you for all you guys that have watched the shorts I put up when I was on Champlain. As I anticipated, this Wi-Fi, whenever we're up there, the Wi-Fi in the rental house is a little sketchy. Even uploading short videos, 15-20-second videos, took forever. So it really, I appreciate the views and the comments on those videos, even though they're short videos, and it did take me forever to get them to upload, because as I said, the Wi-Fi usually in those areas is a little sketchy. The fact I even got them up is amazing. But I do have some video I have to edit of our last day out there. It was the only day I really brought the camera out, the Tacticam out to use. But those shorts, you guys can get the gist of some of the great fish we caught. I'm going to try to put all the pictures I took together and kind of make that into a you know, a gallery to show you guys. Sometimes it seems like when I put pictures on there, all you see is like, you know, half the person. They don't really come out. I got to find a way to do that better. If you guys know a good way to put all those pictures together and you can actually see the whole picture, let me know, because it always seems like everybody's head gets cut off when I show a picture. But that's it. I'm going to work on that. I have some other stuff coming. I want to do a full recap video of Champlain, but there's a couple things that I lost to pike that I ordered. So if I want to show you specific baits I use, I want to actually have them and not just say, go look this bait up. I want to be able to show it to you. So I did get some replacement baits that the pike stole, and I got other couple coming that I can do a full video and show you guys what I was using up there, which was pretty much a jerk bait bite and a chatterbait bite, and that's kind of it. A couple little other things, but mostly that was 95% of our fish were caught on those two baits. But I'll give you guys a full recap when I get those baits in, and I can do it completely and not just kind of half of it. But that's it. So I hope you guys appreciate the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got an idea of something new to try out. And do me a favor, if you like the video, like it, share it with people that you know might like these. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, it's the first time you're watching, join the party and please subscribe. I appreciate all the support. You guys have been great. So I will see you guys soon on YouTube. Mark out.